Hi everybody, welcome to another stream slash video where we continue to build this PC. So we're going to be putting the screws in. I'm just copying kind of Christopher Flanagan's tutorial right now. So I'm going to link that in the chat. And then we will get going here. All right, cool. So there's just, I don't know, I'm sort of figuring it out as I go. I don't really know what I'm doing. It's my first build. But I am tightening these down now. I don't know if the order really matters, but he did the ones first. He builds a lot of PCs, it seems. So that's what we're doing. Wondering if there's a way I can hear pings and people join the stream. Or not when people, but when y'all talk. Be nice to hear a ping. But yeah, I can see chat, so what view are you putting in? I'm putting in both an AMD Radeon Pro WX 4100 is the plan, and then also maybe a PNY Quadro P400. If I can utilize both GPUs, I'm not sure if I can yet, so we're gonna see on that. I have to research it a little bit more. But yeah, I still don't know GPUs, so just Jude, didn't that answer your question? You can hear me, right? I just gave you 2 graphic cards. The GPU is the same as the graphics card, isn't it? Graphics processing unit. Okay, that's in. Those are tight. And oh, do you need me to speak up? Is it helpful if I talk louder like this? Or is this sound just kind of bad? That's something I plan on working on, but okay. So I'm just checking to see what chords I have because the Christopher Flanagan dude has like that timestamp on that tutorial I linked at the top of that. Did I pin that yet? Pin message. All right. So the thing that's pinned, like he points in these things to plug in at minute 16:05, timestamp 16:05. And I'm trying to figure out because I don't have those, so they might just be for RGB. But I'm like, oh, do I need those? I'm trying to figure that out. You said the lighting and the fans, what? And fan speed. So what's the deal? Like, this is something that I don't have because the case is used. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if you were to go to the timestamp 1612 and look, there's some electronics panel thing, like, see, can you see my hand? Yeah, right up here, top of the case. And I don't have that little electronics panel thing. I just have this audio cable. So I'm wondering, does that not come because this is the non-RGB version? Or was it taken off by a previous owner of this case? So that's the question. And then the question is, do I need it? I think I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to write a little note here to myself. RGB panel on back of case. Because that's something that I'll look up potentially later. But for now, I think I'm just going to continue with the assembly and hope it works out. Or, you know, if I caught up, then I'll stop. But I am figuring out what to do next. So, hi, Pencil God. Happy you're here and saying hey. Okay, so what comes next?
Just beneath the panel with a controller tray where we can mount our RGB controllers, for example, the controller for our mini fans. Beneath that would be a 2.5-inch drive bracket, but each held over a
This is going to be a few minutes, y'all. I think we're at 1623, and the section of his installs to the case setup goes to 2004, and I'm going to watch that whole thing. So if you want to open the thing that's pinned and watch along with me, you're welcome to, but 4 minutes are going to be pretty slow.
Good. Once we've removed the thumb screw, the bracket can simply be lifted up and away. You're then going to take your 2.5-inch drive, fix it to the back bracket, and then.
But if you write things in chat, I can respond. Just telling you the flow of this stream.
With it on the other side before returning it to the bracket. Our power supply is in the down at the bottom of the case, and the case is compatible with full-size Apex power supply up to a maximum length of 220 millimeters. There's no removable power supply bracket at the back, so we only have to snap a power supply in from the side before screwing it in from the back. At the bottom of the case we've got a hard drive cage, and this is movable and removable. To move, we need to push this little lever up. We can slide it towards the back, and that frees the drive cage up. There's another little notch slightly further down. We'll line it up with it.
Should I take the hard drive case out now? Does anyone have any thoughts on that? Because I don't have any hard drives that I'm planning on putting in, but I'm like, oh, if I put them in later, would it be easier to have it out now? If you have thoughts on that, write in.
We can remove the hard drive cage by simply pulling the lever up, bringing the hard drive cage to the back, and then you can take it out. So the two customers that are hard drive is actually two hard drive cages combined. We've got this little lever here. If we push it up, and then we can actually separate the hard drive cages into two bits. So you can actually just install the drive cage in the case if you wanted. In each half of the hard drive cage, the drive tray, and we can remove it by simply pulling it here. And in each of these drive trays, we'll fit in both a 2.5-inch drive and a 3.5-inch drive. So in terms of the 2.5-inch drive, all you do is set it on to the back. You're going to turn and then you're going to screw it in the face from underneath. Then you're going to be able to put your 2.5-inch drive into the face, and then you're going to be able to screw it also.
Oh, that's interesting. You can put the 2.5 and the 2.5-inch drive on each drive bay.
So that means in the land.
That is. So that's like 4 drives.
2 and 6, you're going to be able to fit a maximum of 6 2.5-inch drive and 2 3.5-inch drives.
6 2.5-inch drives? What do you put them on the bay on the top? I'm confused now. Because that would mean. Yeah, whatever. I don't care.
Next
We're not doing that.
To the side. So the first thing we need to do is free up all the cables.
Wait, what?
The first thing we need to do is 2 3.5-inch drives. Next thing we want to do is you're going to move the front I/O to the side. So the first thing we need.
You move the front I/O to the side. So I don't know what he's talking about.
To do is free up all cables. Within the 2 screws, just at the front, so we get it all.
Oh.
And then the screws removed, we can simply remove the front I/O module.
I don't.
All the cables.
Why is he moving the front I/O to the side? I'll look that up real quick. I'll type it in and I'll tell you the type of answer we're getting. Why would one move the front I/O to the side on a PC case? Improve accessibility. Has to do with the layout of your workspace. Really get it. Cable management. So the cable management to me is the best reason. I don't know. Does anyone have any thoughts on this? Should I move the front I/O to the side? I kind of want to just because I'm like, one way, you know, like I'm just, as I've been saying in previous streams, like, is this the instructions? Oh, I have to go grab the oh no, the instructions are right here. Oh, I gotta do the rear fan. That's right, that's what I need to do. He doesn't have rear fan installed, so I'm kind of tempted to do that now. But the instructions tell you things that you can do. They don't really tell you what to do. So, like, for example, if someone, like, hands you, if someone hands you a bunch of car parts and tells you, like, these go to a car, and they do all the ways that you could put them together in a car, it's like it doesn't show you how to actually put the car together because it gives you like all the ways you could put together. But because of that, it doesn't give you one way to put the car together. So these Lian Li Lancool 216 instructions, that is what they do. All the ways to sort of put the computer together. But because of that, I just need to know the one way that I can put this computer together. So I'm not always sure what first. And so that's why we're watching Christopher Flanagan video to understand that. I think ultimately I do like this idea of putting the front I/O on the side, simply because back I/O has to be on the back as far as I know. So like putting the front I/O on the side, it's basically just about accessibility, right? I want the two I/Os to be as close together as possible. and so that like whatever the accessible part of the case is, it is as close as possible to this. They're as close together as possible, right? Like I want the accessibility to be in one space. I don't like if the case is covered, I can't get the back, or I can't get the front. But if, right, like the front, there's no reason to get to the front. Besides this thing. So I think I am gonna follow his lead on that. I'm currently deciding if I want to reinstall the rear fan that was installed prior to me putting the motherboard in. So that's something I put on my notes from today. I think I'm gonna actually hang off for now. I don't want to forget it, but something's telling me to chill on that. Some instinct that could easily be. Okay. So what are we doing? We were following his thing. We're going to take off this front I/O shield. I just got to watch it. All right. It does seem like he has the front of the case off, so I think I'm going to do that. I think I have to do that to get to the screws, so I am just going to... I'm just opening up a new YouTube video so that I can stay with him on this, but I'm going to skip to where he takes the case off. In the new tab, I can take the front case off. I find it easier to open tabs rather than to skip around like one video a bunch. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you just did it off, but all right. Okay, now it's not pulling off. So I'm wondering, wow, okay. That was not graceful. Your PC, like, was really, yeah. I could have been better about that. Nothing fell though, so it's a win. All right, and now I'm just making sure that the motherboard, the back of the motherboard, isn't popping out beyond the case, because I want to put the case on its back for the easiest accessibility of this front I/O. That was kind of funny. All right, let's move this case thing. I guess it can live right here. And now we're just going to go back to the other tab. Close this one. Alright, and we just take those off with the Phillips, right? Yeah, looks like a Phillips. Darn it. Just dropped my some sort of note. Alright. These are... Looks like there's some things plugged in. Oh, he took these cables off. I guess I should take these cables off first. He just these cables out of this Now this I don't understand. It seems I would have to unscrew these things to take these cables out. So I am going to, once again, I'm just going to see if I have, like what, I'm rewinding. I'm going to see if I should unscrew those things to take those cables out. It might be because my case is like a slightly newer version of his that those are screwed in.
Header, and then we've got a 3-pin with the long screw down at the SSDs. So one here and one here.
Let's see, where was the cable thing?
And then we've got brackets with flopping clips, and then we've got colors over to the right hand. And we've got sensors with my clear delay, power supply, and head and water with everything. So they shall over a thumb screw. Once we remove the thumb screw, the bracket power supply up to a maximum length of 220 millimeters. There's no removable power supply bracket up to a maximum length of 220 millimeters. There's no removable power supply bracket at the back, so in order not to snap a power supply in from this removable at the back line, I did three clips to the side. So the first thing we need to do is free up all the pin drives.
Interesting. So yeah, he makes no mention of these screws that the cable's in. He just sort of pulls the Velcro off. So I am going to unscrew them. Not having those fans worrying me. I'm like, I don't know. I'm concerned I'm just going to have to spend too much to get something, or like, you know, I think it's too late to return this case at this point, which I don't want to. I like the case. It's just the fact that I got it used is like, oh, interesting. I don't know if I'm going to, I may have to unscrew more screws. Stylistically, like in theory of this case, and so far I do like it. I like it's just very modular, but also like a learning curve. Like it's like just to simply, you have more options. So when you have more options, there's more ways you can mess something up, kind of thing, or not mess it up necessarily, but just like, I guess mess something up, or just go in a weird direction. It takes longer than having fewer options usually, and just like being able to, okay, so this, okay, that was, those were not the right things to unscrew. There's a couple screws here holding things in. The other screws are on the front. I didn't look carefully. It's like a stupid make that I make all too often. Where like, I'm like, oh, that looks like the screw, but actually it's not that screw. So I'm just gonna screw those back in. These are little Velcro straps that I just unscrewed. And huh. Oh, okay. Wait, what? It's driving me nuts. Okay, no, those are, I have all these screws right next to one another, and I just don't want to choose the wrong one. I guess I could move my anti-static repair mat over here. Maybe I'll do that before next stream or during this or something, but because the anti-static repair mat has screw organization. These screws are annoying to get in. It's just an awkward angle, so I took the bit out, the screwdriver bit, just using my fingers, and then I'll tighten the very last apart with my, well, after I put the bit back on with my wrist, but I want to make sure that I have them threaded properly, so. Darn it. Just slipped. I stripped it slightly. Okay. So these come off on the back rather the front. What was that? I don't see screws there. Like there's 3 screws that hold this cable management situation. Right? Like his just unfolds. But this screw, there's a screw here, but I can't take it off. Maybe I have to take this plate off. I think he flipped this plate around. And it says something about that in the instructions. I'll check that real quick. Flip the cable grommet bar. This is my problem, is it says, like, why wouldn't it come flipped? What a case in which I'm flipping the cable grommet bar? Because on this diagram and the page after, you know, it says have the long grommet on top. Like, I think I'll just search that too. I'll be very specific. When to flip the cable grommet bar on a Lian Li Lancool 216. This stuff is part of the overall setup and is mentioned in the user manual. The exact timing of the long thing is on top. So do I flip the whole, do I flip it around that way? If I was thinking I'd flip it, I'd rotate it 180 degrees, but maybe I'm supposed to rotate it 100. I thought I'm rotating 180 degrees, like vertically, but maybe I'm supposed to rotate it 180 degrees horizontally. And also, can I even rotate it with these cables plugged in? I think I might actually call it. I think I might just watch a case review of this. I feel like I want more familiarity with this case before I go unscrewing things, but I'll probably keep streaming a little later, but I think I want to take this break. I think I want to take this break because, you know, anytime I'm like very up. Like it's easy to do work and then have to like go backwards. And going backwards really sucks. Like usually, in my opinion, it's better to just learn more at the start to try and understand the case. Otherwise, you just end up doing a bunch of work and rework. Anyone have any ideas about this? Because here's the alternative, right? The alternative is I keep going. I up these screws, and then this is a tight workspace because I already put the mother in. And so because I undo these screws, this then won't move because cables are attached to it, right? Like he has all this stuff off. He's taken everything off. And reoriented everything the correct way to do it. I put the motherboard in because someone on stream yesterday was like, just do it. And I was like, ah. But if I get into a tight space where I can't screw something back in and then something's hanging in a weird way, so I'd want to screw it back in, that's not, because I don't want something hanging in a weird way and then there's pressure on stuff. But yeah, that's basically it. You don't want to like I don't want something to be ripping at cords. I'm gonna either finish this video or watch. I guess I could just watch a case review here. It's just not the most comfortable setup. So yeah, I think I am going to end this stream and start it again later after I know what I'm going to do. So thanks for tuning in. And let's see, I just want to test this. So just to explain what I'm talking about here, like if I take these screws out, that 3 screws, right, to flip this thing, either flip it like this or flip it like that. These cords that are on the back of this, you see these cords coming through, they're attached to this on the back, as you probably could have seen from a higher up. That was a little higher up. And so those cords are attached to this, and this is still screwed in. And so, like, if I unscrew that, then it would give this play, but that would want to come through. Does this make sense? I guess I could just break it. I'm trying to break it all the way down verbally, but this would come through. But then can it fit through there? I don't know. Like maybe I'd have to unplug these. It's just not the right way to go about it. So I'm going to figure out the right way to go about it because he has these 2 front fans off for whatever he's doing. That's like 8 screws right here, I think. But his build is different than mine. So I kind of have to make sure that his build works for my build. So I'm either going to watch his video all the way through or figure out what my build should be before continuing to go forward, I think. That's my plan. We'll see if that's what happens in reality. Because I don't know, it's a fair amount of 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Anyway, 1 step back. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you in the next one. Like, subscribe, comment, check out the rest of the videos if you feel like it. Thanks. Bye.